Thank you, my friends. Sisters and brothers, it's exceedingly important that we do things like we're doing here today, linking up with people of conscience and goodwill around the world and standing with Palestine, raising the flag of the Palestinians on U.S. soil as much as we possibly can. The Palestinians are the victims of an Israeli colonial settler, racist, apartheid state that, if this is even possible, is getting more racist by the minute with its current leadership and the swarms of Zionist fascists who now take over the streets chanting death to Arabs and death to Muslims. It is more important than ever, sisters and brothers, that we raise the flag of the Palestinians, because the cause of the Palestinians right now is clearly the cause of all humanity. But the Palestinians are also the victims of our government. It is the United States government that is paying for apartheid. It is the United States government that is funding the Israeli war machine. Israel wouldn't last a single minute, a single second, a single day without U.S. aid to Israel. So we say that stopping U.S. aid to Israel is an imperative to have justice in this world. And we also need to struggle, raise our level of struggle here in the United States, because as you look at the two possible presidential candidates, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, you have one of the most powerful and central advocates of apartheid on the planet. She is no friend of the Palestinian people. In fact, she's no friend of people of justice and goodwill anywhere, sisters and brothers. Donald Trump, I would say he's a rat, but that would be being too kind to the rats. Donald Trump should be in jail for his attack on Muslims, his attack on immigrants, his attack on Mexicans, his attack on women, his attack on people of color. We stand with Muslims here in the United States. We stand with the people of Palestine. We stand with immigrants. We stand with the Arab people. But you know, it's no shock to us how Hillary Clinton is, because, sisters and brothers, she wanted to go full on after Assad and Syrian regime. She wanted to have a war in Syria. And she's promising, if elected, I'm not making this up, I'm not construing it, she's for going to war against the Assad government, even though that means that it means going to war with Syria and Russia. That's insane, sisters and brothers. Not only is she no friend of the Palestinians, she's no friend of humanity. She is a warmonger. She's a neocon. She would be the second Bush administration. How do we explain this, sisters and brothers? How do we explain such a deep support of Israeli, the apartheid, neo-colonial settler state? How do we understand that, sisters and brothers? For us in the U.S., this is how we understand it. This plaza is called Daley Plaza. It's named after Richard Daley, the first one. He was a racist. He was a segregationist. When Martin Luther King Jr. came to Chicago 50 years ago, actually this week, 50 years ago this week, Mayor Daley presided over a regime where black people were segregated on the south side and kept there by the regime, by the police, and by gangs of organized white racists. That was Chicago under this Mayor Daley. That was this Chicago. That's this Mayor Daley. That's how we understand the current situation, sisters and brothers, that the U.S. is thoroughly racist. Trump is not an accident. Hillary Clinton's anti-Palestinian attitudes are not an accident. The U.S. is inherently a regime that supports apartheid states, because they were an apartheid state, in some ways still are. Who was the greatest supporter of South Africa's apartheid regime? The United States, sisters and brothers. So that's why we say, when we struggle with the Palestinians in the United States, it's at the heart of our struggle, because the heart of the struggle is the struggle against racism, the struggle against apartheid and segregation, the struggle against a government that closes schools on the south side and opens up the coffers to the Israeli war machine. For us, that's the heart of the struggle. So for us, it's absolutely imperative to link arms with the Palestinian people and bring as much solidarity as possible. In other words, bring a worldwide army of peace-loving people to not only break the apartheid wall, but end the Israeli apartheid state functioning over the Palestinians once and forever, sisters and brothers. And we can do that. We can do that by continuing to raise the Palestinian flag here, sisters and brothers. That's our part. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!